the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Good morning, and welcome to two of the best days of the year for high school basketball in the great American city of Detroit, Michigan. PSL Classic starting today at Cass Tech with a very fun matchup between two ascending teams, Detroit Pershing against Centerline. Merry Christmas. Welcome high above courtside at Cass Tech. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush. We are very excited for this matchup between Pershing and Centerline, Chad. These feels like two teams that are on the come up.
Yeah, and maybe two teams that folks at the beginning of the year did not think would have one loss through 6 and 7 games respectively. But Centerline comes in 6-1, trying to get to 7-1. And Pershing, under the new tutelage of head coach Deshaun Sims, 5-1. And he had to rebuild, like, completely. So an impressive matchup in one. It's going to be hard to live up to this bill that we're starting out with here today between Centerline and Pershing.
If you're a Michigan basketball fan, you love the head coaches here. Deshaun Sims, who played at U of M, Manny Harris, that was a great backcourt. He's Pershing's head coach. And Derek Walton Jr.'s dad, Derek Walton Sr., is the coach of Centerline. They have a really good big guy down low.
They do. This is a young man that's putting up 26, 12, and 5. Five is the block.
That's it? 26, 12, and 5?
That's it. Crazy numbers. And look, I mean, this is a Panther team that's built inside out, but they've got some guys on the outside that can shoot it too. It's a full, complete lineup. Centerline surprised people thus far. They won't surprise us today. We're ready for them.
Centerline's big rival is Lincoln. That's an outstanding matchup that we'll see later on in the year. We got a really good one today. We got tip on the other side. Detroit, Pershing, and Centerline. First game out of 6 today. First game out of 12 over the next 2 days in the Detroit PSL Classic. Excited to be here for all of it on the prep. We got tip after this. Hang tight.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Happy holidays from Cass Tech. Always fun this time of year to cover a lot of high-level high school basketball in Detroit. And our first matchup from Cass Tech, our first matchup as part of the PSL Holiday Classic. Really good one between Pershing and Centerline. The Doughboys at 5-1. The Panthers of Centerline at 6-1. No chance for a sleepy start today, Chad. This is a very, very good game, and it really does feel like the type of game where we're going to come away learning a lot about both these teams.
I think so. Both teams will be tested, especially in the paint. We'll see how Centerline is going to match up. They've got Holmes, of course. Folks got to match up around him as we get a look at the starting five for Derek Walton Sr. and the Panthers.
So that starting five, Ashford, Spencer, Higginbotham, Jones, and Holmes. You were talking about what Holmes does. He's 6'7", 200. So if you're Pershing, which we'll get a look at their starting five here, it's a lineup that on paper, size-wise, they just don't have the bodies to match up with Holmes down low. So if you're Pershing, knowing how big Holmes is down low, what do you do defensively to try to stop him?
I think you run a zone. I think you run a 1-3-1 zone, and you try to throw some things at him, get physical, number one. But I think you got to mix it up, and it starts with a zone. Let's see how Pershing would force them. I think you've got to make Therese Holmes uncomfortable, a guy putting up 28, 12, and 4. You got to make his presence a little bit iffy today early on.
You talk about the 1-3-1 zone. That's something Deshaun Sims brought over from Michigan. You may remember Sims played for Coach John Beilein, and he ran that 1-3-1 zone. If you're Centerline facing a zone like that, what do you do? What's the counter?
You're patient. You got to find the high post, okay, and you got to find the short corners. Similar to a 2-3 zone, a 1-3-1 similar. You just have to be careful for that one guy in the bottom, to make sure that he doesn't fall asleep in the baseline. But there will be challenges, and we'll see. That's my presumption, but I'm not sure how they do it. The matchup, the Doughboys are undersized, though, as you can see early on. And their starters, Dantes Williams, Jalen Foster, Cornez Smith, Brandon Way Jr., and Karan Payne.
So Holmes won the tap, but he tapped it right to the Doughboys. So it's Pershing basketball to start game 1 out of 6 here at Cass Tech. Leaner for the Doughboys, not there. They got the offensive rebound, though, with Williams.
And he's a freshman, Evan. I like his energy early on.
Yeah, you bring up the freshman, right? This is a young Pershing team. Brandon Way Jr., number 3, is their only senior in the starting lineup. Good to see Pershing, though, have a strong start to this season. They have an outstanding tradition this season in this city. It's always better when Pershing's good.
Yeah, and Twig's gone. I mean, he was the head coach for several years, Sean Hill, and it's a new regime. And Deshaun Sims has come in, and to have a fast start like that, just 6 games in, and you look at their wins. Look, their only loss was a 2-point loss to Demby, who's having a pretty good year right now.
We have a delay in the action here. The scoreboard stopped working, so we need to fix the scoreboard.
Yeah, it all starts with that scoreboard or score bug for us.
It's true.
We've got a score bug we're proud of today. Rob Hunter working that magic early on. He's got Dutch Girl on his fingertips. Doesn't matter.
Hey, when you're doing basketball games at 10:30, 11 in the morning, the only thing that goes well with it is Dutch Girl Donuts. Am I right?
Yeah, a little Dutch Girl dust in the morning never hurt anybody.
Amen.
Everybody is blessed by Dutch Girl this morning.
Amen.
And if you haven't, come on up to the booth. We'll get you.
So now you're just giving away our donuts?
Well, go down to the PSL table down there. They've got some extras, too.
All right.
Evan was a little light on the donuts today. He's donut watching early.
I believe they fixed the scoreboard, but then they forgot to start the scoreboard. So we will get this fixed.
Now, they're running the 3-man weave down there with Mr. Weaver. I know they'll get it right.
All right, here we go. Scoreboard is running, and Pershing still on the opening possession of the game. Get the offensive rebound on their first missed shot. I got Holmes far away from the basket. Smith got inside, and Holmes sent it back.
That's one. Averages 4 on the game.
That ball loose. Down to the floor they go. Centerline and Higginbotham got it. held ball, and it's center lines. Finally, took them a minute and 10 seconds to finally get the ball.
Everybody needs their coffee, including the clock operator, the offenses, the defenses. Let's get another look here at the scrappy defense early.
Center line in those orange and black unis that kind of look like the Portland Trailblazers. Pershing in the familiar yellow and blue. Holmes, they keep flashing men at him. Clearly he's the focus early on.
It's a little bit of a matchup zone. Not going to play zone doctor today, but that's what it looks like to me.
Cut to the rim, Holmes. Oh, that thing rolled halfway down and out. Pershing rebound with Williams. Coming up on 2 minutes in, still looking for our first bucket. Williams, floater. Another rebound for Pershing. Payne went up with it. Held ball, keeps it here with the Doughboys.
Yeah, and the block from Tony Jones. They've got another blocker down there. Tony Jones comes out of nowhere right here. You see the missed floater pass, and then Jones just swats him. Quick hands, quick feet.
Free throw line jumper. Another offensive rebound for Pershing. Tough break, though. They lost out of bounds. You got to like the effort for them, though, crashing glass here.
I do. Lewis Curry active in the offensive glass, and you mentioned it already. Second and third chance opportunities on both trips.
Especially with that 6'7" Holmes for center line in the middle.
Yep.
Holmes fake. Driving in. Swing, swing for center line. Ashford's three. Not there. Rebound, Doughboys. One-on-one with Wade Jr. Oh, there we go. It took us 2.5 minutes to get a wedgie.
We got a wedgie already.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
We could all go home. That's all I wanted to see today.
We've seen it all with a minute and a half gone by, Evan. Look at the rib drive, the throw up, and the wedgie. Oh, uncomfortable morning so far.
We saw a wedgie before we saw a basket.
We did.
Oh, that's a foul. Foster gets too physical with Spencer for center line.
This game just trying to find its way. We get another look here at the little bump down the runway and a smooth morning toss to the carpet. Smell a bucket on this trip, Evan.
Holmes inside. Man, center line so far is sloppy with a basketball.
Both teams just can't buy it.
Foster, good. We've opened the lid.
Here it is. Jalen Foster, the junior, the nice little mid-range, confident line driver.
I mean, for a 6'7" guy, Holmes bringing up the ball. Impressive for center line. Inside he goes, kicking outside. Ashford's missed a couple of threes now.
He has, but I like the fact that the big boy wants to pass the ball. He's a willing passer.
Pershing unafraid. Shot off for Smith. Center line clears the rebound with Spencer again. Were those the bells for class? Did they forget to turn them off? Another center line turnover. That's too many. Pershing with numbers. Curry threw it up and got fouled. Good little start here for Pershing coming up on the halfway mark of the quarter.
Yeah, Lewis Curry's been active, and they're big, stepping out, spinning, taking it to the hoop. Couldn't finish, but he'll try to tie it at the line with two.
Curry, one of the first men off the bench for Pershing. Come on, why are we rocking a Tom Brady Bucks jersey? Get that man a Jared Goff jersey. Was there not a Goff jersey under the tree?
Oh, man. I didn't see him. Who let him in? We'll have to get him a prep shirt at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Cover it up.
That's true. One more coming for Curry after missing the first. Got that one. This Centerline team does not have problems scoring the basketball, by the way. Dropped 89 in a win against Sterling Heights a week before Christmas Eve. Their big win this year was taking down De La Salle, one of those outstanding teams out of the Catholic League every year. No good. Higginbotham missed. There is a lid on the rim for Centerline. Does the lead grow for Pershing? Nice two-man game. Williams got it down low. Curry lost it out of bounds, and they say it is off of Lewis Curry.
Beautiful little slip pass and screen. Curry had to put it on the floor. He didn't really need to. Look at this pass. Beautiful. Don't take it down. Just bring it up and go down and slam that thing at 6'6". Good play, though.
Nice job breaking this press. Centerline gets on the board finally, and they've got a bucket here. 3-2 ball game.
Tony Jones with a good finish. A big body down low, but he looks smooth and composed. 1 point lead for the visitors.
Does Pershing have an answer? They'll kick out and take a three. Williams missed it. Big boy rebound for Therese Holmes.
Yeah, you could feel that leather getting punished all the way up here. Aggressive.
And now he's bringing that ball up the floor. Stripped and fouled by Curry.
Yeah, just in the nick of time, that call. Lost it behind his back. They called the foul just before. Going at it, and timeliness as we get a substitution.
Pershing subbed in guys in and out. Derek Walton Sr. has kept more of the same five on the floor to start this game. He just got another foul on Lewis Curry. That's his second, trying to guard Holmes in 5 seconds of game action.
Yeah, Deshaun Sims is going to have to go get him. Not the guy you want. He's a good glue guy for that team, and he's their only real big today.
That's another Centerline turnover. They are racking them up early on. Wade Jr. Oh, he hit it, and he got fouled. Count all three of them. Chance for four.
Jaden Ivey-like. The three and the harm. What a play by number 3. Big-time shot from Brandon Wade Jr., the senior.
Spencer's closeout was too physical. Landed right on his shoes, and he got it. Can we get an old-fashioned 4-point play? Halfway down and out, but the Pershing lead, the largest it's been in this first quarter. As Centerline is just having problems getting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, 1 of 6 from the floor. Got it to go down there last time.
Whip pass down low and a blocking foul. Ashford on the drive, draws the contact down there. Looked like it was Smith trying to draw the charge for Pershing.
Yep. Sure was. Non-shooting foul, but aggressive defense down there. It's like they're going to get Brandon,
Holmes, baseline drive. They're doing a nice job making him feel uncomfortable, Chad.
Yeah, and he has not worked himself down low in the paint.
Nice leak ahead pass to Curry. Keeping that pivot foot. Putting it up. Out of bounds off of Higginbotham, still Pershing ball.
Yeah, you just like to see his teammates on the perimeter there get some love and some touches. Not much you can do against Therese Holmes at 6'8".
Smith on the move. Floated it up and in again. Foul on Jones as Pershing is finding answers in the first quarter.
Yeah, Q Smith with a little spin move. And a soft finish at the rim with that left hand. Just enough to keep it away from the body, keep it away from Tony Jones, and get the hoop and the harm. Just 3 of 10 to start the game from the floor, but Pershing with a 6-point lead.
I mean, that Centerline turnover number is way too high right now. That's at least 6 in the first quarter.
That's exactly what it is.
Williams got the 3. The Doughboys are making it rain a couple of days after Christmas and a timeout.
How about it? Triple time, inside, outside. The Doughboys starting to turn up at Cass early.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
There's a lot of amazing basketball tradition in the city of Detroit at the high school level, and Pershing has added to that legacy. They've won 5 state titles all time, although it's been a while since they've won one. They last won a state title in '09. You probably remember Steve Smith and all the great ball he played at Michigan State. One of their alums has come back home, Chad, to coach the team. Deshaun Sims, former Michigan Wolverine, played professionally overseas for a dozen years. He's back home. He's getting to coach his alma mater. He called this his dream job, by the way, and this is a dream start for his team.
It sure is. I mean, 5 players have scored for the Doughboys already, and so out of the 11 points, turnovers have been troublesome. Look, give the Doughboys credit. They've forced a lot of those turnovers from Centerline. I think 7 now.
That 1-3-1 zone the Doughboys are running is just confusing Centerline. Now they flash a double at Curry down low. Arrow keeps it with Pershing.
Yeah, and 1 foul away now from free throws. But this is aggressive defense. Coach Walton getting in his team a little bit there after the last whistle.
Corner pop not there, but another rebound. Centerline defense swarming now, trying to get Pershing out of sorts.
Yeah, but it's 4 times now that Pershing's been able to get second chance opportunities.
Curry spinning. Oh, he got blocked by Holmes. Tried to put him on a poster, and Therese said, I don't think so.
2 blocks already. That was a huge one. Let's see if they can get points off it.
Corner 3. Ashford miss. Holmes rebounds. Gave it up. Good look and a finish. Easton for 2.
He's a good passer and a thoughtful passer and a creative passer, and that time found his teammate Easton for the easy lay-in.
Oh, good pass to Curry down low, but went right through his fingers. That was a fastball from Wade Jr.
I'd love to see Therese Holmes get a touch in the paint somewhere close around the rim like he last had. Look at the rim protection there from Holmes, doing it on both ends, and then sharing the sugar down low for the bucket.
Remember, no shot clock in high school basketball. Centerline not thinking about that. Oh, the follow from Holmes. Starting to eat down low.
Yeah, he's getting aggressive, going after the rim, and a near steal on the inbounds. This is some thunder, and it might have just woke the Panthers up. Here it is. Chasing the rim, comes from the backside, and a little bit of hang and a little bit of bang. And the Panthers back in it. They've cut it to 5.
Well, that's not quite the paint touch you were asking for him, but it still counts. It still counts as a paint point.
Correct. He's being aggressive going at the rim, whether it's on the rebound or on the offensive attack. Correct.
Looks like Pershing wants to play for the final shot of the quarter here. Clock at 15 and winding. Centerline's got the last 4. Williams got that ball in a string. Now he's got to go. Leaner in the lane. No. Centerline's got a shot. Easton got it up, but short. And our first quarter is done. Pershing got off to an 11-2 lead, but Centerline started to find some answers with big Therese Holmes down low. I think we're going to get a good one in game 1 of the day out of 6 at Cass Tech.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Centerline starting to find their footing here in this game. They've got the last 4 points. that big win over De La Salle already this year. Team that's starting to make people take notice, Chad, with a 6-1 start. Pershing was ready from jump, but now it feels like Centerline is settling in.
They've got some momentum. Look, they just need to not turn the ball over. Get in your half-court set and maybe get the ball down to your 6'7" dominant center Holmes.
They just tried to there. Doughboys tipped it out of bounds.
Yeah, and Deshaun Sims is going to throw some zone at him, some man. He's going to mix it up a little bit.
Right now they've got Gadsden off the bench, and he promptly fouls Holmes. It's a couple of times so far in this game that Pershing just been forced to foul Holmes down there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a problem. He commands a double team or triple team attention, and it's going to force him to be a passer, which, for Centerline's credit, he's a good passer like we see there.
I mean, that's a heck of a baseline out of bounds play. They rule another foul on Pershing. A couple of quick ones already on him here in the second quarter.
Yep, free throws coming, but all out of the decision-making from the big guy. That's all on Therese Holmes. And when you can get a 6'7" guy to pass out of your bob play and find the right guy, that's pretty cool.
Got to hit your free throws now, though. Kalel Spencer missed the first. It's his second season at Centerline. Spencer, a transfer from Harper Woods before last season. Both free throws off for Centerline. Too many missed free throws and too many turnovers to start this game.
It's been a problem. The defensive intensity's picked up, though. Let's see if Pershing can get a sixth guy into their scoring book.
Smith steps out of bounds. Pressure from Centerline forces a turnover.
It's been a tighter lid defensively and just straight up man-to-man. Just a little extra effort. Derek Walton Sr. getting a little more out of his guys right now.
4 in a row for Centerline. They have never led in this game. Ashford almost lost it, just saved it. Baseline drive, too strong. A little bit of space down there for Spencer, but he missed it down deep.
Nice move, got to the rim, just blew the bunny. Dodged a bullet for Pershing, who's been lost offensively and a little lost with the traps here.
Not there, short on the 3, rebound Ashford. Racing into the front court. Holmes wants that ball down low, but Ashford didn't see him on the break. Here's Holmes. Wanted that ball, he's got it. Baseline drive. Rebound Pershing and Smith.
Yeah, just missed. He's a guy you'd love to see just go up and stuff it. I know it's asking a lot, but man, he's such a great athlete. Could have used it there.
Double for Centerline. They got a turnover out of that, and they also got a foul. That should be the second on Quanez Smith for Pershing.
Yeah, and that's Brandon Wade Jr. with a sticky defense. And then the savviness. Watch him stick out his hip at the end. Watch number 3, middle of your screen. Ball gets knocked away, and he grabs it and with his hip. Actually, the ball was knocked away by Jalen Foster. But what a great job and wise use of the body. I know you're a hockey guy, too. You can appreciate a good hip check.
Oh, absolutely. Holmes ripped it away, and I got another foul on Pershing. That is already the 5th team foul on the Doughboys 2 minutes into the quarter.
Well, and it's all pressure being applied by the Panthers. The block there, and then the activeness again by Holmes to get himself to the free throw line. Now, free throw line has been a nightmare for both teams. And 1 of 4 for Pershing, and now 1 of 3 after the reverse jinx make.
One more coming for Holmes, who is very thankful for Chad's reverse jinx. Got them both.
6-0 run, sir.
Pershing had that 11-2 run to start the game. Been a long time since they've scored. Oh, nice behind the back pass. Rebound up, no. Pershing continues to crash that offensive glass. Now Higginbotham tried to take it away. Stays with Pershing. Good effort down low.
That was Troy Patterson with a high effort. And the behind the back pass, the sharing to Gadsden, who couldn't finish it. Sweet looking play. The effort's there for Pershing, but look, they can't find it either.
Trying to get a bucket finally in this quarter. They're not afraid to go to the bench. That's the 10th different man they've played in this game, and they get to travel far away from the basket on Stennis.
Yep. And so that'll flip it over. Doughboys going to go back to their bench, and this is Brandon Way coming back in. It's been a big part of what they do.
He's also the most experienced guy they've got, only senior in the starting 5.
Yeah, they're going to lean on him. Sean Sims. There were guys that he identified when he came in. There were guys that transferred too, but this is a guy that stuck around.
Higginbotham trying to shake free. Now faking a 3. Drive inside. Scoop shot, no. Rebound loose. Curry trying to grab it for Pershing. Doughboys come out with the ball. Oh, and then Higginbotham took it away. Great give up down low. This is a 1-point game. Finish for Spencer.
Oh, Khalil, after the hustle, Centerline's come all the way back on an 8-0 run. They've cut it to 1, Evan. Just pure hustle and grit and determination. Look at that steal by Higginbotham. And the crafty finish, Spencer, thoughtful pass. It's all working right now for Centerline, who's stolen all the momentum from the early run from the Doughboys.
Pershing was up 11-2, but Centerline has not allowed Pershing to score a bucket this whole quarter.
Man. It's just been effort, too. And they've stopped turning the ball over, which is a detrimental to your defense as anything.
Good ball movement so far in this trip for the Doughboys. Question is, where do they go when they need a bucket?
Well, this is the freshman Williams, who is a playmaker.
No foul call. And we have a whistle away from the ball. I believe they just called a flop on Centerline.
Yeah, they're going to get Cameron Easton with a flop. Here's another look at it. This is Williams on the perimeter. Good look down low, and then that's the flop. And Cameron Easton, the guilty party, the junior. So ball out of bounds, Pershing.
Another acting lesson required for Cameron there. Jumper no good. Centerline down to the deck trying to save that rebound, but Ashford's leg was out of bounds, so Pershing keeps it.
Yeah, you got it. Good hustle again. Centerline aggressive on the deck. Doughboys good find here.
They lost Curry on the inbound, but Holmes had it and lost it. Doughboys had another block down low. Spencer ahead to Easton. Spinning free and getting fouled. It was a smart foul, otherwise Centerline was getting a bucket there.
Yeah, Easton got held at about that 3-point line, but Centerline's defense has been just absolutely suffocating. Good collapse, and bam, the defense. Spencer, and then the break the other way, Easton, and then as you said, wise foul to stop the run. Brandon Way Jr. Free throws, 5 fouls, no fouls for Centerline in this quarter yet. Tells you how good a defense they're playing and how smart they're playing with their defense. But really it's the offense and the no turnovers that's kept them around and has them within a point of tying this game and making it a 9-0 run.
Second free throw good for Easton. So 9-0 run for Centerline and a tie game. And as Chad was saying, they're going to shoot free throws the rest of this quarter because Pershing already committed those 5 team fouls.
They've just been the aggressor. And they've earned that. Let's see if Pershing can't get a big bucket here.
There it is, their first bucket of the quarter. And the Doughboys grab the lead back. It's a nice finish for Troy Patterson.
Yeah, Troy doing it. Confident coming off that bench.
Answer not there on the other end for Centerline. Pershing has never trailed in this game. It was tied for the briefest of moments, and then Pershing grabbed it back. Leaner in the lane, off the glass and good again. That's Wade Jr. and 4 in a row for Pershing.
Yeah, and I like that 2-man game they have with Curry. They bring Curry up to the high post. He passes well out of it to the cutter, and Wade Jr. finishes.
Been a while since Holmes has touched the ball offensively for Centerline. Higginbotham got it down low. Holmes crashing glass, couldn't get the rebound. Ashford had the miss.
How about the handles from Higginbotham?
Oh, the lob pass almost went in.
Good look.
Easton stuck behind the D. That's 2 for Centerline.
Back to a 2-point game, looking ahead. Centerline spreads the floor. They've got guys that stayed back, I've noticed. Kind of surprising how many guys they send back.
Centerline also has been flashing 2 guys pretty much the entire half at Pershing when they get the ball in the half court.
Is that right? Well, it's been effective.
Williams drive. That is a talented freshman. Good looking drive.
Dantes got a little pep in his step. He's got an explosive first step to a 4-point game.
Centerline has managed to rally back in this game without Holmes scoring a lot. Only 4 points for one of the better players in Metro Detroit. Easton, 3, got it, 1-point game.
Bam. He's got 7, just like that. First 3 of the game.
Up and good. Pershing getting to the line. Patterson again.
Oh, Troy. It's been Patterson on one end, Easton on the other. Back and forth we go. The scoring buckets have opened. This game's gotten really thrilling the last 3 minutes. The offensive is starting to get going in the 3-point range, and then also the attacking by Pershing. They're not settling anymore. They're going at the rim. They want to draw fouls and get to the rack, and they do it here.
Patterson completed the old-fashioned 3-point play. Holmes penetrating, faking, and scoring.
It's just too easy. I mean, should he not have a touch every time down?
Yeah, you wonder at which point that offense just flows through him rest of the game.
Yeah. At least give him something to think about. You're not using that weapon every time down. Use him as a piece.
On defense, Holmes almost took it away from Curry. Centerline says it should be their ball. And it will not be their ball. It'll be Pershing's.
Yeah, here's another look. Loose ball, and that's the right call.
All right, let's see how Pershing attacks this. They've got the lead. 1 minute to go in the quarter, and no shot clock. Williams faking the 3, 25 feet from the basket.
He's got one down today.
Wade Jr. on Higginbotham. No intent to drive to the basket yet.
Pershing wants that lead going into the halftime.
Now you don't blame him, right? With Centerline and that great record. Higginbotham, the foul.
Got 2 more to give. I like the strategy from Derek Walton Sr. I mean, force him to inbound a ball, force him to have to do another action. You want to be smart with who you foul now and who fouls.
And when you foul, too, in terms of the time of the clock. We're at 20 seconds and winding here.
Yep.
Screen set for Williams. He'll penetrate and kick. 3 on the way. Centerline will get a crack. They can tie with a 2. Ashford drive, block. Holmes got it, threw it away. Pershing got to go. They lost the ball. And a doughboy is down. That's Wade Jr. Oh boy, hit the ground hard.
Got hit in the midsection, I think.
Yeah.
Not fun. But I want to go back to the block by Troy Patterson by Pershing at the end of this half. It stopped the tie. I mean, this is a fine block. I like what I saw out of Troy Patterson, number 5, especially that block at the end there to save the tie. That was going in for a tie. Ashford was all ready. Here's another look at it. Troy boy says, happy holidays, yeah, but not here, not now.
As you see Derek Walton Sr. walking off, we got ourselves a half, sir.
We thought this game would be pretty good, and that is exactly what's going on here at Cass. 20-18 ball game, Pershing in front after 2 quarters and a full day of hoops at Cass Tech.
Every morning when I rise, my dream lives in me. This is my kingdom, a wonder world that's always changing, where great champions stand victorious. Here, we celebrate what makes us different. We share our creativity, and we grow stronger, preparing for the world we will make together. I am one of Detroit's next legends. It's our time to rise.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Game 1 out of 6 in the PSL Holiday Classic from Cass Tech on this Friday, December 27th. Happy Merry Christmas, everybody. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush. Chad, this is a really good game so far. Pershing only up by 2, but they've never trailed. So how does Centerline get over the hump here, grab the lead, second half?
I think Centerline needs to continue to find their big man, Therese Holmes. He's not their only piece, but look at this. The backside rebound, the slam. We've seen Higginbotham and his handles.
Yeah.
I like him handling the basketball, trying to get it down low to Holmes. Let them do their thing. Meanwhile, on the other side, I mean, Pershing, look, get to the rack, get to the rim. That's a hot man right now. And number 5, Troy Patterson. He's been their best player so far. The Easton run, he had 7 points late. And then, Pershing a lot early and a little bit late, but in the middle, they couldn't find themselves. Centerline did a lot of things defensively with ball pressure and not turning the ball over. Pershing struggled with that when those two things came together.
And what I kept thinking about when Pershing was having those scoring troubles was, this is still early on in the season. Tournaments like this around the holidays, it feels like that's when the season really starts, and that's really when you start to figure out your team. You said it, Pershing a young team. They've only got the one senior starter. That's the type of situation where you just need a bucket. You figure out, okay, who's going to get us that bucket?
Yeah, a new coach, too. The coach has got to trust the players got to trust the coach and the system. And we're seeing that as this game goes on. And you don't get to 5-1 without some trust and some bond already. But, yeah, you don't learn about yourselves till you play a situation. And that's what makes these tournaments so cool, is that you're playing somebody that maybe plays a little different system than what you're seeing in the PSL and so on and so forth. So what do we got there? Is that Cheeks?
I believe that's Darius Acuff.
Is that Acuff? Yeah, it is. Darius Acuff. IMG's Darius Acuff, and the former technician in the house. He'll stay up here. They're going to take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's on the 9th of January.
Yeah.
We'll have that here on the prep. And, yeah, good to see Cheeks in the house supporting his alma mater.
He's doing some great things, committed to Arkansas. And we saw him last as a sophomore. But, yeah, all the stars coming out for the PSL Holiday Classic.
And selfishly, I cannot wait for that IMG St. Mary's game. Trey McKinney, Darius Acuff, two of the best talents the greater Detroit area has produced in the last half decade. That's going to be an amazing game to watch.
Yeah, it will.
It's a selfish plug. Please watch that broadcast. Nice cut to the rim and a block down low for Pershing. Trying to find Isaiah Ashford, and a strong start defensively for Pershing.
Boy, look at Pershing. They're not afraid. I mean, size-wise, a little undersized, of course, with Holmes down there at 6'8", but they're not afraid to stick their nose in there and force a turnover.
All right, so Pershing bringing the ball up with Brandon Wade Jr. Good to see him all right. He went down hard at the end of the first half. Rocking those pink shoes.
Hot.
Pershing patient here. Now they'll loft up a three. Offensive rebound again. Wade Jr. Oh, he got it from Grosse Pointe.
Yeah, Wade stuck it. How about it? He hit one earlier in the half, in half number one. He gets one here, and it blows that lead up to 5, which has been the biggest Pershing's had in about 5-6 minutes.
Pressure on the inbound for the Doughboys. Leads to a turnover and a finish. Foster puts it up and in.
Yeah, this defense, full court pressure, Cass Tech-ish, playing on this Cass Tech floor. Same kind of vibes. That's forcing turnovers and turning into points.
Largest lead for the Doughboys since it was 11-2. Holmes drive. Met by two defenders. Lost the ball. Smith took it away.
Just a more physical brand of basketball right now being played by Pershing. They came out with their pants on fire.
Smith spin. No good. Holmes had that defense down there. Here's Jones. Missed it. Rebound Doughboys. Here comes Wade Jr. Got by Holmes. Up. No. Holmes was out of bounds when he got that ball. A mistake, and it's still Pershing ball.
Yeah, Pershing hustle gets rewarded in all kinds of funny ways, but I like this rip and drive, the hustle, and then Holmes couldn't handle it without touching that baseline.
Tony Jones coming out for Centerline. Pershing played 11 different men in the first half, by the way, as Steve Hall looks on.
Steve Hall will be in this chair in a few games.
Yeah, I'm going to call one of the women's games coming up later today here at the PSL Classic. It's a foul on Centerline. Judging by his reaction, it's on number 11, Spencer.
Pershing has just been aggressive, getting to the hole. They're drawing fouls. They're getting to the free throw line and getting rewarded. Q Smith on the attack there.
I mean, look, we talked about it before the game, about how Centerline just size-wise has the advantage. How do you beat it? With effort and confusing them defensively. That's exactly what Pershing's done all game.
They have. And this Pershing team seems to have like a nose for the ball, like a real sense of when that ball's a little insecure, we're going to go get it. We're going to find it, and we're going to force it. So I like their not only intensity, but they've got a real sense, a basketball sense of how to force turnovers.
Ashford bounce. Oh, that's a foul.
Why? What'd he do?
Between the D, and they got Foster there.
A little karate chop in midair is a foul? What's wrong with this?
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. Again, not enough coffee yet.
I am.
Okay.
And
all right.
I think it was harmless. He got caught in midair, but love the aggressiveness.
Holmes, fall away, Jay, and he got that shooter's roll.
Man, Holmes has got some touch. Again, I'd love to see him get square with that rim within 5 feet, but even the fadeaway looks sweet.
Now Foster rising over him. Rebound, Doughboys saved it again. It's out of bounds off Centerline. Oh, they made a mistake there.
Yeah.
Spencer started hopping up and down saying, come on now, that can't be the call.
Yeah.
Officials got it right. Good crew today.
Pass inside, tipped out of bounds. Nice hands by Payne.
Pershing hands have been active, very active. Impressive defense for the boys from 7 and Ryan. Beautiful new school went up at Pershing.
Trying to lock up defensively again. They're flashing 2 defenders at Holmes, and he turned it over. There's Doughboys men behind the play. Williams for 2.
Yeah, and it all started with Brandon Way, a guy who's, you've said his name numerous times, forces the turnover and the nice throw-ahead pass. Very delicate.
Spencer. Rebound, Huckabee got it to Holmes, and he got fouled. Wade Jr. was trying to hang tough down there.
Yeah, everything's just kind of out of sorts offensively right now for Centerline, who's 6 and 1 on the year. They don't look very confident. Look at this throw ahead. Beautiful pass, good catch, and a strong finish that you don't take for granted, especially when that's a freshman going up to lay that in. That was a nice catch, too, by Dantes.
So Holmes is to the line. If he gets a couple of free throws here, it's 10 points. Broadcaster's jinx, of course. I know he's got the 8 points, but it just looks like the entire day, as you're saying, he doesn't look comfortable, the whole team doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah, and credit Pershing for that and the game plan from Deshaun Sims. But I think the counter is coming. I think Walton Sr. is going to counter and force his team to feed him, at least use him as a decoy down there, because this is a man that you need touching the basketball at least once on every offensive trip.
Centerline is now 3 of 8 on free throws. Pershing got a turnover. 4 shot, no good, and a 3-on-2. Still Centerline ball, though.
You said it, a forced shot. We've seen a few of those. Just value the basketball and put that thing in. Guys are throwing it like it's a hot potato out of the oven. Compose and finish.
Holmes lost the ball. What hands by Curry? Oh, no, he lost the ball.
Hot potato with Vaseline on it.
Ashford 3. Ooh, if he hit that shot, that would have been a huge sequence.
Yeah, great defensive sequence and in and out with a 3 ball. Some great action though, Evan, here with a pick and the rip, and Lewis Curry, some Vaseline on that hot potato. Coming back to the Holiday Classic from Cass Tech right after this.
Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do, and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Michigan basketball fans recognize that man roaming the sidelines for Pershing, Deshaun Sims, who played under John Beilein. He's using his coach's 1-3-1 zone defensively. There's still a lot of ball to go, Chad, but this is a heck of an effort by Deshaun Sims' team so far.
It is. They started hot. They were not good in the middle, and they've been really good to start this third quarter.
They've been great crashing the glass. They just did it a couple of times. Wade Jr. gives them an 11-point lead.
Way Cool Jr. Motley Crue used to sing about it, or Rat. I digress. Very cool finish there. Savvy.
Higginbotham on Williams. Pass down low, picked off. Wade Jr. on the run again. All the way. Fouled. And he's going to the line for the Doughboys.
Doughboys are getting what they want. When they want to run, they want to steal, they're going to steal it. When they want to finish, get a lob, they'll get a lob. An aggressive team knows how to get out. They're not waiting for Centerline to get back. They're going right at them. And forces the foul, and this could grow this lead to even larger than it's been today.
I'm still, Chad, just up here shaking my head about how Centerline's got Therese Holmes, this great player, 6'7", 200. There's been times that Pershing has made him invisible on the court. They can't get on the ball.
They have. And, you know, we haven't seen a ton of Higginbotham or Ashford either. Their other 2 double-digit scorers. Pershing has identified their top 3 players and said, look, somebody else beat us. But this full court pressure has been a problem.
Gotta get it over half court here. They just do in time. Spencer doubled, passed out of it. Good look down low. Holmes the rebound, and he's fouled. Shoved into Curry. He's going back to the line.
I like this play. Look at this pass. But how about the defense coming from behind? That was a block by Jalen Foster, I believe. And then the follow by Holmes. So we've seen glimpses of Centerline, Evan, just be so efficient offensively, make the right decisions after they break that press. But you also got to finish with points, and free throws have just been a nightmare for the Panthers today.
They are 3 of 9 at the free throw line.
Can't make a comeback like that.
That one did drop. That's 9 in the game for Holmes. The lead remains double digits for Pershing.
Little diamond press here, center line. See if they're serious about it. Roll into a trap. No, gonna back off.
Stennis bumped and fouled. Another one on center line.
That's big. That's on Higginbotham. Look, this guy gives them 7 assists per game. They need him in this contest. I don't know how many fouls that is. Jam does. But, I mean, that's 2. But that's a guy you got to really watch.
Leaner, no. Pershing saved it again.
Wow.
Unreal in terms of the offensive rebounds.
That was Stennis.
Tough break for Smith. He dribbled it off his foot.
Yeah, not only the hustle, but the accuracy of the emergency pass off the exit runway.
So Pershing has 25 rebounds in the game, Chad. 12 of them are offensive rebounds.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, again, great effort. A nose for the ball. And they're coached that way, too. Gives him some credit there.
Pershing pressure again. Oh, they almost had another turnover. They do have a block and a foul. Patterson fouls Higginbotham.
Yeah, that's on Troy, but, I mean, Pershing's just sticky. Look at these hands. Troy lost it, comes back. He's all over the place. Troy boy. Troy Patterson. Birth name Dejan, which I think sounds just fine, but we're going to call him Troy. That's what they told us to call him.
Hey, whatever they want us to call him, we will.
Yeah.
As long as it's legal for a broadcast, we'll call you. All right, so Centerline does have a couple of made free throws in a row, but they're still just 5 of 11.
It's certainly a concern. At this point, though, I'd love to see this diamond press get a little more aggressive, maybe trap, force Pershing into their own discomfort on a full court pressure situation.
Back down to a 9-point game.
You got a mismatch with Curry down low. They're trying to get it to him.
Smith.
No, they're not.
Leak out for Centerline. Ashford. Good.
Nice little Euro step through. Isaiah Ashford, who gives them 11 and 5 and 3 a game. And we got a timeout. Deshaun Sims starting to sweat a bit here in Detroit. We'll pause. The Holiday Classic from the PSL. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Lowering the shoulder. swing and a miss. McGinley scores! If you're a Michigan Hoops fan, you love the coaching matchup. Deshaun Sims, former Wolverine, is the Pershing Doughboys head coach. Derek Walton Jr.'s dad, Derek Walton Sr., is the head coach for Centerline. Right now, Chad, he's trying to do anything to get his team back in the game. They have cut it to 7.
That's right. His boy, former Motor City Cruiser, Detroit Piston, former MVP of the NBL and the Australian Professional Basketball League. Listen, world champion. The Waltons are winners. They're wherever they go. Junior, senior, they're winners. All they do is win. And look, right now, they're up against it down 7 if they're going to come back and win.
This was a 12-point game. Centerline has scored 5 in a row. Higginbotham chases it down. Stennis will guard him, one of the 12 different men Pershing has played in this game.
That's important there. Play a little more aggressively that way.
Foul. Patterson with a little touch foul on Holmes.
They've also spread it out. I mean, the scoring's been spread out significantly. I like the drive and rip by Holmes. Still like to see him get a touch somewhere down low. I know it's not 1980 basketball, but try to get him some kind of look within a 5-foot ring. Closest to the bucket. Because I don't trust the free throws.
Even with that make, Centerline still just 7 of 13 from the line. They have made 4 of their last 5, though.
Yeah. There's Deshaun Sims, former Wolverine, former professional basketball player in Europe for over a decade.
7-0 run for Centerline. And a careless turnover by Pershing.
It's that press. The press is forcing some guys into making some decisions they're not used to. And this is just a careless pass. And Foster, not one that we're used to seeing him make. They're going to check the freshman back in, Williams.
Holmes now with 11. Got to step on Curry. Turned it over. Smith took it away.
Yeah, they're getting real physical with him. Curry is.
Long 2. No good. Higginbotham rebound for Centerline. Nice pass ahead, but they couldn't get it. Ashford was all alone, and he fumbled it out of bounds.
Oh, man, I like this Cameron Higginbotham. He can really dish it. Look at that vision. A little too tall, but, man, it's hard to ask for a better look from your junior point guard who averages 7 dimes a game. That's why.
Let's see if Pershing tries to dribble out clock. Centerline only 2 team fouls. Oh, it was taken away. Wow. Ashford with the theft. Now Easton the bounce. Long 2. Rebound Doughboys. Foster ahead. 1-on-2. Tip, no. Easton. Oh, he didn't get it off. 1 that counted. Let's go to the 4th.
Just a 5-point game. They cut it down. You called it the run, a 7-0 run. We got a dandy. 4 fingers in the air.
Every morning when I rise, my dream lives in me. This is my kingdom, a wonder world that's always changing, where great champions stand victorious. Here, we celebrate what makes us different. We share our creativity, and we grow stronger, preparing for the world we will make together. I am. I am one of Detroit's next legends. It's our time to rise.
You know, Pershing's never trailed in this game. It's been tied a couple of times. They led by as many as 12 in the third quarter. But Centerline ain't quitting. They've scored 7 in a row, and we got a 5-point game as we go to the fourth.
Anybody's game right now, and Centerline has the momentum. We'll see how the Doughboys offset this zone right now they're being faced with.
Oh, they found a man all alone down low. An easy 2 for Patterson.
Yeah, Holmes left his nest, and it created an easy ball path.
Pershing, effort again. Held ball will say it's Centerlines, but when the Doughboys have looked right today, it's been because of effort like that.
Yeah, the defense, the physicality, and the double team here that causes chaos, nearly a turnover.
Higginbotham will direct traffic. Therese Holmes for Centerline does have a double-double, 11 points and 11 rebounds. But Pershing's done a nice job of making him uncomfortable.
Yeah, this 1-3-1 just forcing Centerline to try to find the high post and now the low post.
Tried to get Holmes out of bounds off of Holmes. That's been one of the ways they've kept 4 and orange frustrated.
They have, and always keeping a body on him. This is a good find. I like the high-low game here, but there's too many bodies in a 1-3-1. You got 3 bodies across that paint. You got to really get crafty. How about get it up? He's 6'8". Alley-oop it to him. Easier said than done. Chaos created by Pershing.
Chaos and a turnover for Centerline. Nice pass, but Easton couldn't get it up. Man, they had a 3-on-1 there, and they don't even get a shot up.
Yeah, Easton couldn't catch it cleanly and put it in. That was a beautiful pass to set Easton up from Higginbotham, and he just didn't handle it well. And lucky to get it back.
Holmes in the middle of that zone. Got his arm up. He wants the ball.
There he is.
They get it to him. 2 bodies around him. Got to reset it with Higginbotham. Ashford with room. Long 2. Rebound Foster.
We saw a lot of Holmes distributing early in the game. We haven't seen that really in the second half, him as a passer.
Baseline drive and a foul. Patterson got Easton with a contact.
Troy Patterson has been a marked man by Centerline in the second half. He's been so active. As we get another look down, the back down. And a little bit of panic when Troy's had the ball in the paint by the opponent.
So they actually called that foul on Isaiah Ashford reaching in, and that's a big foul, Chad. That's the 4th foul on one of Centerline's starters, and they haven't been a very deep team today.
No, they haven't. They've played just, 7, maybe 8 at times.
And Pershing's played 12.
Yeah, it's a big difference, and this is the part of the game where it starts to pay off. If you've got that depth, and it starts to show off if you don't have it.
Patterson goes 1 of 2 at the line. Almost a turnover. Easton, corner 3. Holmes, another rebound. Fouled along the baseline as he was dribbling for some room.
Brandon Way got him on that baseline and holding on for dear life. It's non-shooting.
It's the 3rd foul on Brandon Way Jr. Derek Walton Sr. has seen his Centerline Panthers never lead in this game. It's been tied a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's a 5-point game coming into this 4th quarter. Turnover. Holmes trying to find Spencer in the corner, and it went right through his fingers.
Yeah, and you know what? Some of that had to do with the defense of Jalen Foster. He was in his face. He could smell the Doritos on his breath that he ate for breakfast. And that's the way you play defense.
I really hope he didn't eat Doritos for breakfast. That is just like the worst thing you could eat for breakfast.
That hurts. That's what I had. Those munchies.
They're good,
Dutch
though.
girls.
Floater and a finish. You've loved the way Patterson has played today.
He's been so efficient. So efficient. Didn't start this game, but he's been the super sub.
Easton, no. Good rebound and a foul. Spencer draws the contact.
Yeah, the senior with sticky fingers at 6 foot 160, getting rewarded at the line. They trust him. He's their number 4 scorer and a big part of what they've done at Centerline so far. This is a team that knocked off De La Salle 58-55. Look, I know De La Salle is not, De La Salle of 2022 when they won a state title, but it's still a respectable, formidable foe. And when Centerline beats De La Salle, I mean, not far from them down the road, that's a big, big statement for them. It gave them a lot of confidence. And it also came on the heels of their only loss to Warren Fitzgerald, who's been a very solid team this year out of the radar.
Oh, a block by Holmes. Williams got to the rim. He sent it back. Another Centerline turnover. Had a 2-on-1, and Higginbotham couldn't catch that pass.
Their transition offense has left a little bit to be desired. I mean, they got to work on the transition offense. Too many easy opportunities being left on the table. At least 8 points. And that's a big part right now because they're down 9.
It's a careless turnover by Pershing. Williams carried the ball. There's still 5 minutes to go in this game. There's plenty of time. Unfortunately for Centerline, though, in a comeback, you got to hit some threes, and they've made exactly one all game.
Yeah, and how many comebacks do you have in you when you're going against a Pershing team that it's exhausting to play against?
Higginbotham miss. Rebound Wade Jr. He hits the turbo again. Tough roll off. Now Centerline trying to get up the floor. And they get a foul on Williams.
Yeah, and I think Holmes should get credit for the block on this end. I think he did block it. If not, he altered it, his presence. But this is a trip that Centerline needs to find a home for. I mean, they've got to score on this trip. They've got to start to get in some kind of rhythm offensively in a half-court set. And again, I think it starts with Higginbotham, and I think it ends with Therese Holmes.
Coming up on 4.5 to go. Pershing has never trailed in the game. Long three coming. Holmes couldn't tap it in. It will be Pershing basketball.
Yep. Outside shots have been tough to come by for Centerline. I think just one made 3 in the game, maybe 2. But yeah, you got to get a higher percentage shot at this point, you'd think.
Let's start watching now how Pershing attacks this offensively. Remember, there's no shot clock here in Michigan in high school ball. They'll try an open 3. Smith couldn't get it. Holmes lost the rebound. Pershing ball again. Corner pop coming. Holmes another rebound. He's coming up on 15 in the game.
He has held his own as a rebounder. And you got it, 15, he averages 12, so he's been a glass man.
He got an outlet there to Higginbotham. Now Holmes on the elbow. Spin. No. One roll in. He is way behind the play. Pershing now realizing that.
I can live with that shot, though, and that choice.
Smith, good look. Curry. Easton the rebound. Good look ahead pass. Spencer. Nothing to roll in for Centerline. They are ice cold.
Yeah, and that's back breaking when you get a little bit of a gap like that. You get a fast break and nothing to show for it so many times in this game.
Man, elbows flying, bodies flying. They get a foul on Centerline. This is always the interesting part in a high school game where you got to lead like this and a few minutes to go. What's the pressure look like? What's the offense look like?
Yeah, I think the pressure has to get turned up by Centerline. I think you have to start forcing some traps. They've shown they can force turnovers, and then you got to get some looks, fire up some threes, but make sure number 4 is down there in the paint to try to get your back if it is a miss. Starts here, though, with a nice turnover forced.
3 minutes to go. Pershing will cycle bodies again. Williams has come out of the game. Where do they go offensively? Holmes is the leading scorer. Oh, good defense by Smith. Meeting Ashford down low.
Yeah, went right at him. frustration foul the other way for Ashford, who's going to check out. Yeah, this was a possession they needed. 5 fouls, that's it. Here's another look here, Evan. Yeah, tough trip to get 2 fouls on, and that's all for Isaiah Ashford.
That's tough because this Centerline team is not deep.
No, and he's their number 2 scorer, so it's a big one.
And they have to bring in Mark Nunn off the bench, who's barely played it all today. 2.5 to go. Smith got inside. Hanger, good! Got it from the paint.
Smith's a smooth operator, and he looks composed, poised. I like Q Smith.
Centerline leads points. They need them fast. Higginbotham inside. Good look, down low. Shot strong from Spencer.
Man, Higginbotham should have about 10 assists tonight. He has just set guys up left and right, unable to finish.
Now Smith, blocked by Holmes. Still Pershing ball. Oh no! How did that not go in for Curry?
Unreal.
And a foul. Yeah, I feel bad for Curry. That's twice today he's tried to dunk the ball. One's gone off his leg and one hasn't gone in.
Yeah, it happens. He's got the ability to get up there. And here's another look from our pro cam set up by the Hunt man. Slapped out of there. And then the hang and the pop out. The cough. It's that season. Everything's coughing out.
13-point Pershing lead. Does Centerline foul, or do they call off the Dogs?
Yeah, great question. The next game comes up tomorrow at West Bloomfield for Pershing, or for Centerline. So to answer your question, they might call off the Dogs. I mean, they've got a big one tomorrow against West Bloomfield and the Lakers at Pontiac High School.
It's that time of year. A little bit of time off from school so we can play games on back-to-back days. Higginbotham, nice shot fake. Rebound loose, Pershing ball. Curry finally got one. A right-handed hammer.
The redemption, Evan. He got it. Everything working for Pershing. Now they can close the book.
They never trailed in this game. Centerline got it to 5 at the start of the quarter. But today it was a Doughboys day at Cass Tech. Hey, this is the type of win, too, right? You got a new head coach in Deshaun Sims, a proud program trying to get back to the level they think they should be at. You're playing a good team, and this is a really nice win for this young Pershing team.
It is. It's going to be 4 in a row, and it's going to give them confidence before they take on Cass Tech, their next opponent, on the 7th of January. But look, yeah, this is a feel-good win for Pershing. They felt the close heat and the pressure of Centerline, the tie game, as you mentioned, at 28, but had enough to pull away and take control of this and get their 6th win.
The grind of public school league play here in Detroit is going to start very soon for Pershing. But this is going to be a heck of a win. And as for Centerline, I think the best thing is, yeah, you get to turn right around and play a good West Bloomfield team tomorrow, because if you had to sit on this type of loss for a couple of days, it would really kill you.
Yeah, and Centerline's going to be just fine. I mean, this is a good team. They ran into a buzzsaw. Pershing played well and had answers. And Centerline had turnover problems early, and Pershing's a big part of that.
Trying to get a few more points down the stretch if Centerline continues to pressure. If not, Pershing will just drill this thing out. Within the city of Detroit, for a long time when you played Pershing, that was a problem. Deshaun Sims trying to get it back there, and this is the type of win that'll make him smile the rest of the day.
It's been some good ones. Willie Mitchell, Todd Bergen, Deshaun Sims, Steve Smith, just to name a few.
That'll do it. They never trailed. Pershing comes to Cass Tech and takes down Centerline in Game 1 in the PSL Holiday Classic. We'll be back to get our G of the game. and recap this big win for Pershing over Centerline right after this.
First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
It's a heck of a win for Pershing. In our first game out of 6 today at the PSL Holiday Classic, they take down a talented Centerline team. It's a young team, but they're talented. One of the oldest guys they've got, Brandon Wade Jr., is our G of the game. Brandon, thanks for being here, 1. 2, what's it feel like, man, to get a win like that against a really good team?
Man, it's good, man. My senior year, so trying to rock out, get some offers. But that was a good win, though. You know, we came a long way. New team, so you had to take a win.
You guys have got a new coach, a coach who was a darn good player for the Doughboys back in his day, darn good player in college and the pros. What has Coach Sims brought to the team so far this year?
He brought a lot. He like family. He like a dad, an uncle. He like just family. He a coach. I know a lot. He played, you know, pro, went to the NBA, did overseas, so he know a lot. It's my guy.
Specifically the type of style you guys play, right, with the zone and the trap. How much of that is your identity, trying to get the other team confused?
We just got energy, and we just knew to come out and play hard. So, you know, we took over. You know, we had some slumps, but, you know, we had to keep the energy, you know. Don't argue, just play as a team, you know.
And going forward here, there's a lot of good high school basketball in this city. Cass is always good. King's always good. Pershing has state titles in that closet, but it's been a while. So going forward the rest of this year, what do you want to happen for Pershing Doughboy basketball?
Trying to make it first, trying to win the PSL championship, man. Everybody focus on King and Cass. You know, we coming. You know, Pershing back.
Hey, you said it first. You heard it here first. Appreciate it, man. G of the game. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Brandon Wade Jr., our G of the game. He's also wearing pink KDs. Hopefully we can get a shot of those. I don't know if the pink goes with the gold and yellow, dude, but it works.
I had some AEs on at first, and then I'm like, I'm gonna switch up the style, put some PKDs on, you know, let it, you know, brighten it up more.
When he says AEs, he's talking about Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Just so in case everybody knows, we got a couple of guys who like shoes up here. So appreciate it, man. Congratulations. Heck of a game.
Thank you.
Pershing takes down Centerline in an outstanding ball game for the Doughboys. Beat them by 15. Never trailed in the game. Heck of a start to the PSL Holiday Classic. Pershing beats Centerline 28.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
back to wrap it up. Game 1 out of 6 today in the PSL Holiday Classic at Cass, and that's a heck of a win for Pershing. Chad, Brandon Way just told us Pershing coming, and it's apparently hard not to believe him because wire to wire, man, that was a heck of a win.
Yeah, and they believe, you can tell, under Deshaun Sims, he's got something brewing here. 6 wins already, and they hold off Centerline today. A real shutdown that they came out of halftime with, a defensive plan that worked. And they've got some things working, and as he mentioned, look, it's not just King and Cass in this PSL. Pershing's here to play. We've been here before, we'll be here again.
When you look at the highlights from this game, right, Therese Holmes was the highlight for Centerline coming in. He ends up with a double-double, but to what you're talking about for Pershing's plan, they just made Holmes uncomfortable all game. It was the quietest double-double of 11 points and 18 rebounds I think I've ever seen.
It was. He did have some blocks, but he did his thing, but it was like half of what his totals told us he was going to have. Pershing cut his totals in half, and that was enough for them today to win. They also shut down some of the other guys and also defended Higginbotham well. They got Ashford to foul out. So it was a real great effort by Pershing to shut down and be cognizant of the stars for the opponent in Centerline.
Game 1 out of 6, our second game coming up in about 25 minutes. Detroit Central against UPAD in our second game out of 6 in this PSL Holiday Classic. For Chad, the whole crew, Evan saying thanks and hang with us. We got hoops all day from Cass Tech.